Hi guys, and welcome to my first meal prep video. I'm going to be making two easy vegan lunches, lentil curry with lemony spiced quinoa, and a mason jar salad. So, first thing I did was I rinsed and sorted the red lentils from my other video, which is easy vegan staples. So I rinsed and sorted these lentils, then I boiled some water and tossed them in there. And I started on the quinoa, the spice mix for the quinoa, which is cumin, curry powder, turmeric, and I added some salt and some chili lime in there. And my curry powder got stuck, as you can see. So I went ahead and heated a little bit of grapeseed oil, or olive oil, and sauteed the spices, toasted the spices till they were like this nice paste, and it smelled so good, like really good. And then after I toasted those spices for a few minutes, not to let it burn, and then I toasted the quinoa along with the spices so it get a nice nutty flavor. And it turned this really nice yellow color. And then I added the water. You can use vegetable broth if you want more flavor, but I just grabbed some water. And then I covered that and simmered that for like 30 minutes. So then for the curry, you have to make this sauce base. So I chopped some onion. I don't know why I did this when I was going to blend it in the first place, but I chopped the onion. And then I got a can of diced tomatoes, just a simple can of diced tomatoes. And I spilled it all over my counter. So after I cleaned that up, I heated some more oil in a pan and I sauteed the onions and tomatoes for a few minutes, just so it's like not raw when I put it in the blender. Just gonna saute those tomatoes and not spill any more tomato juice, and done. So I sauteed that for a few minutes, then I let it cool down before I put it in the blender. And for the dressing for the mason jar salad, I took lemon juice, maybe like 1 lemon, and apple cider vinegar. I didn't really measure this because salad dressing is tricky, so I just did to my taste. So just look up a basic salad dressing recipe and just go with the flow. That's what I did. I just made mine up. Then I added some grapeseed oil because there was no olive oil left, and I didn't check, of course. Some Italian seasoning, and I used my little whisk and whisked it around, and I was like, oh, this is way too sour. So I went ahead and added some agave. Agave is a really good sweetener because it's not as strong as maple syrup, and it can dissolve in salad dressing and won't leave like sugary chunks like sugar does. So that was that dressing. And for the salad, this was fun. Like, I looked up like how mason jar salads work, and the best technique is to put the salad dressing at the bottom and then layer it with vegetables that aren't gonna get soggy, which I probably shouldn't have put the lettuce first, but it was fine. So I added some lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and I just stuffed it in there. Oh yeah, I had to go cut more tomato. That's why I was like, oh wait. But the tomatoes should definitely be at the top because those will definitely get soggy. And I think I added some raisins too because I like raisins in my salad. I don't know why. It might be weird, but I think it's good. Just some Thompson raisins. And then of course I lost the other top and could not find it. So I had to find a whole nother top. Like, look. there you go. A mason jar salad, basic. For the curry sauce base, I went ahead and threw the onions and tomatoes in my Ninja blender. I like to shut it tight because if you've ever not shut your Ninja blender and went to go blend it and it spilled out, you know the disappointment. So there we go, our sauce base. It smelled really good and there wasn't even any spices in it yet. And I can't get it open, of course, because I shut it too tight. Nice and smooth. So I went ahead and added that sauce to the cooked lentils from earlier. I didn't even drain the lentils. They soaked up all the water, so I think I did a cup of red split lentils and 1.5 cups of water. They're not complete mush. They're just, you know, kind of soft. You know how red lentils are. So I went ahead and added some curry powder and chili powder, cumin, and salt. And I just let that cook for a few minutes and then let it cool down so you could add it to your container. Now for my favorite hummus that I make. It's like really basic, but the pimentos make it fancy. See, it says on the jar. But you get some pimentos. You don't have to chop them up like I did. I don't know why I did that when I knew I was going to blend it. So add the chopped pimentos, or just the whole pimento, doesn't even matter because you're blending it into a dip. And chickpeas, apple cider vinegar, my favorite because I like my hummus vinegary. Salt, paprika, and once again, ran out of oil, so sunflower oil. And I don't usually add tahini to my hummus because my brother and sisters don't like it. So I usually just blend it really good till it's super smooth instead of adding tahini. Oh, and paprika, of course. So as you can see, it took a minute for me to blend this because it was super thick. So I blended that for quite a while till it was a good texture. And I couldn't find the right button. So I added water. But once it's finished, you should have a yummy hummus. This is about the texture I like my hummus. Alright, time to pack up meal 1. Curry lentils and the lemon quinoa. I'm not really portioning these, like I'm not getting super fancy with it. I'm not measuring or counting calories or whatever. This is just really an experiment. So I just added how much I thought I would eat. I probably won't be able to eat all this, but I'm gonna try. And I just did half the container with the quinoa and half the container with the curry. Now, if I would have planned this out, I would have added some potatoes or cauliflower or something else to the curry, but it still tastes really good. I added some hot sauce, and it should be good on Tuesday and Thursday. So I added some cilantro because I didn't want to just have it looking all drab. It needed something green, so I tossed some cilantro in there. Life hack: use scissors to cut your cilantro if you don't want to cut it. Yum. Now I'm gonna pack up my hummus and chips to have alongside my salad. Because, you know, like a mason jar salad is not gonna be enough for me. So I just, once again, just portion the hummus by eye. After I cleaned up my mess, I got some of these snack Ziploc bags and put some pita chips from Trader Joe's, because we all know that's our favorite store. Like, these pita chips are really good. I highly recommend them. They taste almost like buttery or something. I don't know, but they're super good. So I just grabbed a couple of those. And lunch number 1 is done. And I guess I decided I wanted a Lunchable because this wasn't enough. So I just took some goldenrod crackers, again from Trader Joe's, some tofurkey, because it's also my favorite lunch thing. Just added that to a container. I think I did 2 per container. I don't know why I was trying to roll them and be fancy. Once again, I did not count these crackers, I just filled it up. And I broke one, which is great, but it's just going to be me eating it, who cares. So just filled up the crackers, tossed them around a bit, I guess. Then I was like, let me grab this giant bag of walnuts we have for no reason. Maybe I'll eat some walnuts, just to balance out the saltiness of the crackers and tofurkey. So I added walnuts, then I was like, ooh, these raisins are right here, so some sweetness. Hey, trail mix, boom. This is my meal prep style. I go in the kitchen, see what's there, and make something up. And this will be a nice little snack if on the day I have salad, I want something else. So for some reason, I guess I decided I need dessert too. And I was like, we have cookies. So I grabbed some of these vegan animal crackers and chocolate chip cookies. And once again, I'm struggling to open something. So I just grabbed a couple handfuls. I'm probably not even going to eat all these, let's be honest. But I'm trying. Snacks. Next, I made some little labels out of Post-its so that everybody will know not to eat my food. And the most important label of all. Boom. So I bagged up some tortilla chips too, just in case I wanted to switch it up with my hummus or I ran out of chips. And I just put them in this little bean container. I don't know, it's recycled. We recycle in this house, okay? Save the planet. Woo! I cleared off a whole shelf in the fridge just for me because it'd be like that. And once this curry cools down, it's gonna go right in the middle. So it took me an hour. No, it took me like 2 to 3 hours to do all of this. But if you weren't recording and you didn't have family members running around the kitchen the whole time and trying to keep the kitchen clean, it would probably take you significantly less time than that. But there's no like, I didn't follow any like diet, or besides being vegan obviously, I didn't follow any like specific rules. I didn't calorie count, and I didn't like measure the portions or anything. I'm just testing it out. I just used whatever I had on hand and what was easy to make and what I thought would sound good throughout the week. And I was just experimenting to see if this is something I want to do in the future. So hopefully you'll use some of these ideas, and hopefully this food tastes good.